Hey, what's up, everybody? Rob Marzullo here, Ram Studio Comics. Welcome back. So I've had a lot of requests on how I actually do my recording, so I figured I would share that with you guys today. I use Camtasia for Mac, okay? So I run a Mac system to do my recordings, and everybody's always saying, like, how do you do your screen captures? How do you edit your work? So I figured I'd give you a brief little demo on that. It's obviously going to change from person to person, so just be fully aware of that your system and the way that you do things is always going to affect exactly how well you can follow along with these tutorials with me. But I'll give you a few pointers anyways, things that I do that help me to expedite the process. Okay, so first off, one of the things that I do is I save out my intro and my audio that was grabbed from the YouTube partner program or whatever. So that's in here. And if I scrub through this, scrubbing just means you kind of pull from left to right through the video footage and audio. So if I scrub through this, you can kind of see the way it works. And if I hit play here, you get my cheesy little intro there. Fancy. And I just do a little fade in, fade out. This is actually an audio pull where I actually wanted the audio to be less enhanced. So you can go to things like transitions and do, this is your fade in, fade out with the audio. You can designate from clicking on the front point of that. It'll bring up a dialog box over here. You usually got to zoom in and make sure you click right on it to get it to pull up. And you can control the percentage value from that pull. So if you notice it's an arrow, you can't see it because I actually edited back the footage this way. But if I was to start it over, you control the arrow, the pull, and you can adjust the starting and ending point of the audio, and this works like this with almost anything. So same thing with the fade. You can control the opacity of the fade. You can draw them out this way. It's very interactive, and then you can scrub through it and see how it does a slow transition to fade out. So I'll hit Control Z or Command Z to go back, and so that's ultimately how I do it. Now, one of the things that I do is if I need to edit the footage, or audio or whatever, and that happens sometimes because I'll make mistakes and I'm yapping away, and all of a sudden I say whatever, and I say something weird, and then I have to edit that out. So that's where I crop stuff here. Now, what you can do if you get a nice little stream where you don't have to edit anything out, or you're decently pleased with yourself, I guess. Then you can leave it like this. But if you get to an area through here where there's a problem, you can right click here, separate video and audio, and now you can edit these individually. And you can do this in almost any program. I mean, this is a pretty basic video editing software. All right, I guess I shouldn't call it basic because I think it actually covers a lot of the bases. But this is pretty well in everything. I mean, that's the first thing you need to be able to do is separate video and audio and make your edits. So you got transitions, you've got the edits, you've got video effects, drop shadows for text, colorization for different effects. It works a lot of ways, like the way layers would work in something like Photoshop or whatever. So there's lots of ways to use these. I don't get into the annotations as much, but you got those. Mainly transitions and effects, if any really effects. And then as far as compositing all this, you can record your audio separately. These are actually together, and then I separate like I just showed you there. But you can also just go like File, New Recording. Let's see. So I'm actually recording now. So can I do it under New Project? Well, no. You would go to New Recording, or you would right click up here, and it'll say New Recording or Start Recording. I'm already going. But then you can tell it to either define just the audio, just the picture. You can do just a portion of your picture. Now, the one thing I will tell you, if you're going to do just a portion of your picture, you have to be careful because when you import into a new video file, you got to be aware of your canvas size. So if I go to adjust canvas here, 1920 by 1080 is pretty much a standard size for HD video. And you can obviously go a lot bigger and do 4K and all that stuff, but you want the proportions to be right here. If not, you're going to have problems when you import into something like YouTube or wherever you're going with it, Vimeo, whatever you're doing. You want to make sure that you kind of memorize these standardized sizes, and that'll give you your scale. And then you can bump up your resolution and video file size accordingly And that's about it. And then just remember, when you go to export out of something like Camtasia for Mac here, and again, I don't know if it's like this on PC. I specifically use Mac. Also be aware that I've heard of a lot of people having problems with their codecs and this crashing on PCs. There's an artist that I like their work, and they do some tremendous stuff, and they constantly were struggling with this. I'll tell you the truth, I've never had a problem with this program on my MacBook Pro. Never. It's been spot on. I think it's crashed maybe once or twice in the hundreds, if not thousands, of recordings that I do. So I don't know what they're experiencing, but PC to Mac is a big difference. So I can't attest to what could be going on there. So now the other thing is to make sure that when you go to export, it's not over here. It's actually right here under Share. So you go Share, Advanced Export, and you plug in your settings, and that you'll have to look up and see. But just keep in mind, this is when you export the actual video. I don't know why they put it over here, but that's where it's at. So I had a tough time, so I wanted to make sure I addressed that. So there's a lot of things with this program, and we can delve into so much more, but I figured this would just get us started to explain. And whenever I start to record, I record, and then I would jump out of this, go to something like Clip Studio Paint here, and I would start drawing. And from here, I just focus on the software itself. And you've obviously seen plenty of videos on my channel here where I just start to doodle away and have some fun and show you how good I can draw, stuff like that. This guy. But yeah, so anyways, I had this request and I figured I would address it. And let me know what you guys think and what else you'd like to know, if, whatever topics that are related to this one, and I can delve further into this. But I wanted to at least get it started and give you guys an intro into what I do to record on a daily basis to showcase my artwork through here. So remember that you can support my channel and my work by visiting the links in the description box below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. As always, keep drawing, keep having fun, and I will talk to you soon.